So we have looked at the key issues of management. We've looked at monitoring, and then we've talked of planning. But we didn't look at planning in detail. So let's get back to planning, which is the second function of management. You need to have a plan. Number one, you need to write down that plan. You need to put it down on paper, because your brain has a limit. As a manager, you have so many people coming to give you information, to talk to you about different things. Your brain has a limit. You would need to put down your plans on paper. Write them down. As a manager, that's the only way you can be effective. Remember, the next step is controlling. How do you control all these different variables when they're not written down on paper in your plan? So you will need to write these things down and then plan for the future. Write these things down and plan for the future. So it's important so that you don't forget. Planning helps you to prevent issues from happening. We want to make sure that we maintain the status quo in management. So without planning, how would you remember what you need to do? When you don't have an effective plan, you usually forget. When you don't put something in the plan, you will forget to do it, and the status quo will not be set. So planning is very important. Writing down your plans, going through your plans from time to time is a key management factor. So we will just look at planning in general. You've mostly heard of planning when you talk about business plans or planning. You usually hear business plan. Business plan is the kind of plan that you plan for a business. Here we're talking about management. So we're talking about planning in general, and it's important. And planning is as simple as looking at the future, not waiting for things to happen to you. You predict what will happen and have contingency plans. So as a manager, the most important kind of planning that you need to have is contingency plans. Your plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. So that whichever thing happens, whatever environmental factor comes up that you have monitored, you have contingencies to deal with these issues. As a manager, this is what you need to be concerned about. How am I going to deal with things that come up? Do I have my contingencies in place? We also have the planning, which is planning your resources. When you have your contingencies, how are you going to use the resources that are at your disposal? You need to put those in your plans. You need to plan your time. How am I going to get this thing done at a particular time? You need to plan your energy. You need to plan your staff. You need to look at all the key factors that will make your event successful. When you've monitored the environment, you look for the key success factors. You need to plan for these things. Number one, you have to have contingencies for all the external environmental factors. You need to look at your internal environmental factors and ask yourself, what can I do to improve these things? You need to plan your time. You need to plan your energy. You need to plan your resources, your finances, how you're going to market your event, how you're going to operate that event, how you're going to deliver to the customer, how you're going to save money, and how you're going to make your goals come to pass. So with all we've said, you could see a very good trend that setting goals is the key to planning. Monitor the environment. While you're monitoring the environment, you should be writing down goals that you want to achieve. Write down the situation of things and then write down your desired goals. When you have these goals, you now come up with plans to achieve these goals. And I'm giving you different types of goals. I want to have an event that opens on time. I want to have an event that closes on time. I want to have a very successful eatery. I want to have my food to be ready on time, to taste at a certain level. Set these goals and come up with plans to achieve these goals. Plans are plans. You don't need to think too much about the formula for your plan. The issue is the plan going to help to overcome the environment, overcome your weaknesses? Is it going to build on your strengths? Is it going to help you to achieve your goals? And have you thought through everything? That is the important thing you need to think about planning when it comes to planning for management. When you're dealing with business planning, we're talking about a different thing. But in the basic function of a manager should plan to ensure that his environment is well dealt with, that he has goals that he has set and he's working towards achieving those goals, and he's planning towards achieving the basic goals for the different things he has seen while he was doing his tour around his environment. This is a basic description of what this course is about, and you need to now go back and think about how you can put this into practice, because this is management in a nutshell. I've told you about the other functions of management, but these are the two main functions that we're looking at here, because the others are simple. When you plan, you control. You put things to control your plan. You put measures in place to control your plan. You review those measures, and then you make improvements. But you monitor, plan. Those are the two key steps at this level that you need to focus on, and then you control, review, and improve. And that is management in a nutshell. As the course goes on, we will look at the different theories of management and who contributed what, how to be more effective as a manager. But so far, so good. I wish you well in your management endeavors.